Hi guys, I'm about to show you my progress on this blouse. She is just so gorgeous. I've upcycled and added lots of details on her. I hope she's in focus. And I'll take you through it, but I found some stains on it, so I've been adding a bit more. Anyway, she looks amazing. Well, I thought I'd finish this beautiful blouse, upcycling it, ready to take up, and then I've noticed that there is some marks still. So what I've done is, this is one on the sleeve, I'll attach that, and on the side I did notice some marks. Ooh. So that'll be getting a bit of rejuvenation too, but then I think it'll be even better because it'll have some really unusual pieces on the side and on the sleeve, as well as the detail here. So stay tuned for that one. So this is the sleeve, just basting that down. I might do a decorative stitch on it. I might not. I might do a little bit of stitching around outside of it. But this is the front. And yeah, I washed this blouse and then noticed the side of it. It had a mark and I thought, oh, I can get that out. I've probably made that mark, but no, I think it was more ingrained. So that's what I'll do next. This is the side of it, but I kind of, I don't know if you can see it hanging up. I kind of like the idea of, where is it there? You know, as you're looking at it, it's got something interesting happening down the bottom. It's just a bit of fluff, that stuff there. It's a really pretty blouse, but this is this whole thing of, you know, I guess this is why it was chucked. It had a stain. I wonder if you can see the same stain on the inside. Yeah, it's a bit of it there. But yeah, the idea that you can give something new life just by doing something different. So yeah, this looks pretty awful like that right now, but eventually be something like that. Yeah. Excuse the ruffled hands again. I always think I should, I haven't had a shower yet today. I'm sort of getting ready to go and pack orders today at the shop. Oh, and that's my dog walking around, tap, tap, tapping. But I feel inspired to finish some of these things that I've started. And so this morning I've knocked over 2 or 3 of the upcycled things that I've had hanging around, and I photographed a beautiful Southwestern jacket that had a missing button, so I got that on and tightened, rethreaded the button on another one of the buttons on the jacket. What am I trying to say? And yeah, happy about that. So I'm trying to thin out. I've got things hanging everywhere, like potential projects. Some I choose then not to upcycle. I think, you know what, that can just go as is into my shop. And others I think, no, it needs a little something. So anyway, I'm happy. I feel proactive and that I've achieved a bit this morning. It is getting hot and I do have to go and do a lot of orders because I've been down at Bundina and Robertson over the weekend, which Bundina, Mum's house, is about 2.5 hours away. And Robertson was another 1.5 hours from there. So I feel kind of tired because I have been traveling around. But it's good. It's good. Everything's good. There's some workshops there I'd love to go back to, but I do have to pay one big bill, which is my tax in a couple of weeks. That's worrying me. And I'll see how I go then, if I can do something. The workshops are for next year. And I'm excited to be hosting my own workshops very soon. I think next week is the first one. Still worrying about what chairs I'd use to make sure I've got everyone seated nicely. But at this stage, I'm going to make do and borrow some chairs because I want to make sure I'm happy doing it all rather than investing in more secondhand chairs and things and then saying, you know what, that was all too hard. I don't want to do that. So I'm trying not to be flaky, but I'm trying to do what's best for my business. I saw a really great Instagram reel from a business owner, sort of exhausted by this world we're in right now in retail. It's really tough. So hence the upcycling and making and all the other stuff that I do, which is a hangover from my childhood. My mother did vintage clothes, but it is so hard now, whereas 5 years ago I had stockists everywhere, all over Australia. We had quite a big business, and yeah, it's much smaller now. It's still going. I'm still able to pay the bills. I'm still able to do everything, but it's not what it was, and that's the same everywhere. Seems globally, and yeah, that's also tiring. We're getting there. Where are we up to? Just that bit there. Well, that's good. And then I'm going to try and baste this back section down, or the side. It's the side of the blouse that's actually got a little stain, and I thought it was me that while I was creating this top, I must have I didn't notice it previous, but it is in a spot, and same with this sleeve, that I wouldn't have noticed it. So I think it is it's like, I've put this through the wash and the stain's still there, so I do think it's not me. So it doesn't matter though. Look, this is the thing. You can do some really cute things to clothing that needs a bit of a new life, as you can see. I hope am I still in screen? I don't know, guys. But thank you for watching my YouTube channel. It's early days and it's young, and just anyone that's decided to subscribe and to comment and all that sort of stuff, it makes me really happy, because it's a new venture, it's a new marriage. And I don't know what I'm doing. Suddenly I've got to do everything landscape rather than portrait, which is all my other social media, which I'm pretty good at doing. Like, I did a good reel this morning for Instagram and Facebook, and I think it went across to Threads. It goes everywhere. Then became a YouTube story because they like vertical, but it was sewing a button on, and yeah, I'm just trying to get into this rhythm, but it is really hard. Finally everyone's left the house this morning, so it's noisy. And if I film in my shop, it's on the highway, so it's just got trucks thundering past and noise, and I'd much prefer to do it all here. So my thread's too short to do it anymore. I'm just going to tuck that in and on the side and do a little knot and start again. I saw another video. Who was it? Was it Kate in the Nest? Someone was saying, trust the process, trust it. When you do these things, then you think, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right look? Or is this the best thing I could do for this? And some things I haven't loved to start with. And then other things I think, wow, look at that. Look what I did. So what I'm doing now is trying to, trust the process, go with it. Oh gosh, I can't see. I tried to use those threaders on the weekend too. I still like doing it this way. I guess we're all creatures of habit, aren't we? Yeah, trust the process and get into it. And gosh, I've just been doing some more gardening when I got home yesterday, and I can see my hands are so rough. Still in PJs, got to go up there and do some stuff. Get everyone's orders out. I think I'll just duck under there. So can you see, someone was saying to me, how do you know it all stays, like in the machine and stuff like that? This section I've wrapped around the embroidery, so that should stick, but say it doesn't. What I've been doing on the rest of this blouse is I might do a basting or a couple of stitches here and there. So it's got 2 or 3 things as the way it holds. The other thing is, I was trying to say to people doing my workshop as well as the workshop I went to on the weekend, is if things come off or you find a little scrap that you want to add, go over the top, do something different, or cut. If say this blouse died and you love this sleeve, well, remove the sleeve and use all this for something else. this sort of throwaway society of ours is so bad. And in the old days, they would hang on to remnants. They would hang on to things you could reuse and revitalize, or, you know. I always think of Dolly Parton's song about the coat her mother made, you know, with all the scraps and all the, you know, she was so proud of it, and the children, oh gosh, here, listen to me, I'm just kind of rabbiting. But it is true. In the old days, you would hang on to scraps and things that had value and remake. So for her to get a coat of many colours, that's what it is. I've already forgot the song. What a treat. And she loved it, and the children laughed at it, but it was very important, that coat. And now we have a world filled with plastic clothing that is horrific on your skin and horrible and sweaty, especially in Australia. We don't want that, do we? Oh, the knots. This is because I cut my cotton too long, because I'm impatient and I don't want to work on it, like keep cutting out new bits. So my theory, even though this had a short bit of this at the end to do, was that I could then cut this and then move on to the next panel and still have my needle threaded. Where are we going wrong here? I worry about this for so long, and then I give up and chop it and start again. Oh no, I think we're going to make it. Are we going to make it? Yep. Maybe not. Oh, not get it? I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who actually watches these videos. And then, you know, so I've got that little ring there that's stuck out, so I'll just tuck that in underneath. No, I'm not an embroiderer, and I'm not professional. I just do what I've been taught, and I do what feels comfortable. And I love slow stitching, and I love playing with all of this stuff. So this palette is not something that I would normally go with. I would want to do bright and bold, and I thought, no, do a romantic top, a romantic blouse, because just the shape, the flounciness, the cheesecloth of this top, it just allows for this lovely soft pastel romantic piece. So this little panel I've put on here, someone's obviously dyed this doily, and lovely Leanne gave the doily to me, and it just was the right size to cover this little stain I spotted. And there are some sort of orangey tones and other colours on this blouse that work with it, so I decided that that was a good little one for me. It's a bit bulky here, but that's all right. But really, you could put something on, if you felt it was too orange or not quite right, you could then add another colour on the side, like a green or whatever, to soften it. But I'm not worried. I think it looks good. I really like the shape of that on the end. That's the end of the sleeve, so it's upside down, so you know, it goes like that. And that's that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is me trying to get used to it. And then the other panel is down here that had the stains. Oh, I'll stab myself. So probably there, I'd want to baste first, and I don't know how much cotton I've got here for that. Not much. Where is the cotton? Where is it? There it is. And I just decided to use like a natural colour rather than the pure white of the top. Sometimes it's fun to actually contrast and show off what you've done. Like, you know, be proud of your patching and your slow stitching and upcycling. We don't have to be sad that we're doing this at all. It's thrilling, it's fun. It says 52-year-old Cara. Yeah. And I usually watch, oh my gosh, I can't even see this, I'm sorry. I usually watch YouTube videos on slow stitching and, let's get the other end of this. Slow stitching and things like that to see what others are doing while I'm doing this. Or I tend to watch political stuff. That's my other passion, especially the US stuff at the moment. So if you're from the US, I'm sad about what's happening over there. Tariffs. And I love this morning I heard someone say tariffs, the taxes. So anyway, we watch with interest from Australia. And some say, keep your politics out of your art. Well, I do just the opposite. If you don't know my tea towels and things, I do political tea towels, Australian political ones. We'll just start this, hey? And yeah, and I do feminist stuff. I do lots of stuff. So it's different to this. It's a different thing to this. I think we'll just do a running stitch. And then we can do something over the top. Careful not to pull it too tight. The wind's starting to pick up out there. So we're going into bushfire season in Australia, and I'm in the Blue Mountains, which is prone to fire. And we've had 2 in Mount Victoria, 2013, 2019, both across the road from my house. And this year I'm not organised with packing and putting everything away and having much of a plan. I don't know why. It's not a good thing to do, to not be organised. I'm not doing a good job of this, am I? I'm getting knots after knots. So sometimes when there's when it's mucking up like this, I might just thread it again like that and just get on with it. I don't know if that's what you do, or if it's like a little trick, or I just think, you know what, let's move on, because we might do some embroidery stitches over the top, so that doesn't matter. And that'll be extra secure anyway. Oh. Anyway, I'll keep going with this and I'll show you a bit more later. Hey guys, it's me again. It's now, what is it? Wednesday afternoon. And I've just been up to the shop and done some posts there and a live on Instagram. And I wanted to do some stitching up there on live, but of course I didn't take everything with me and the phone was dying. So I'm back here and I thought I'd continue. I just found this little box, which I thought was a bit of fun. I'm thinking I should cover that and do something with some fabrics and things. Maybe put some embroidery. What do you think? I don't know how old that is or what it is. It's got a few stains and things on it, but I might have a crack at that. And where's the rest of that fabric? I took it all up. I've got some new ephemera fabric panels. This is just some offcuts off it. In a lovely cotton poplin, which I've just packaged up at the shop. That would make a really cute little book, wouldn't it? I don't know who that guy is. Yeah, so this, what I'm doing now is because I've got the workshop coming in a couple of weeks. Sorry, I'm just gonna get all these. I'm making various bowls now in all kinds of sizes and shapes and things like that, ready for the workshop to show people. And even, I sat here down for a second today and thought I should start a different shape again to show people what I do. Some tiny ones, things like that. I've got a rectangular one somewhere, and I got like needles hanging off bits of cotton everywhere. I should put that into it. But then I thought I'd stop and keep going on this shirt, because I did start that with you and then I've wandered off. So I hope you're doing well. let's have a look at it. This is the shirt, still on the hanger. It's just about done. So the other day I noticed I ran it through the machine and I noticed there still was a stain at the bottom here. And this is what we do for upcycling beautiful clothes. We don't just chuck, we work with it. So I have started to, you can see a little bit of the stain here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's a little bit dark where you are. Good old Blue Mountains. I'm going to try and move this forward without bumping you. Will I bump you? I don't know. So let's have a look here. I don't know if that's even close enough to you. It probably is. So what I'm doing is just bulking up. Where's the sleeve? That had a stain on it as well. I think that's a really nice little way of dealing with that. That's the end of the sleeve right here. So it really looks really cute. I might still do some more bits and pieces on there. And what I'm doing here is just adding the cotton or sewing it together to make sure that this, let's have a look for a needle here. Have I got a spare needle? I've got some big chunky ones here. Just make sure it's flattened, or sorry, like what am I trying to say? I've got scissors everywhere too. Ready to go so I can stitch more on it. So yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. I'm self-explaining, but I'm trying to think of how I'm going to add all these videos that I'm making day by day into one. I've been looking at CapCut and what others do, and of course I can't see here again. Sorry. Learning the best way to build a video day by day. I'm seeing some great YouTubers where they kind of do a bit of a diary and then pull it all together rather than one. I've been trying to do them as one continuous video, and you can't do all of that in one go. It's better for me to come and go a bit. So anyway, today I went up to the shop. I'm rearranging, getting ready for the first workshop, which is a community day next week. I'm really excited about that. I've just put out a post on Instagram saying no to Black Friday. That absolutely exhausts me. And where are we up to here? I've been using some darker thread there, but I don't think that matters. I don't know where I put that. Yeah, so it's hard, with all this expectation for Black Friday and so forth. I really should be doing a little bit of colourful thread with you, but I'll do a little bit more of this and then come back. If it's boring, it's boring. I'm sorry. What should we do? I like to lock it down first and then do something else on top. It's like a double whammy. It just means it's got a better chance of hanging in there a bit. My dog shaking his head. My old pug, Badger. You right, Badger? He's looking at me now. So I hope you're doing all right. It's me. I don't remember what I said last time when I jumped on. Yeah, I was feeling frazzled. I've rearranged the shop. I've had to just tell Kevin I'm going to do his shifts on Saturday. He does every Saturday for me in the shop, but we haven't been earning enough. So if you don't know me, I'm pretty straight talking with my small business on social media. I do Facebook and Instagram, recent to TikTok and now YouTube. So that frazzles me. I don't want anyone to not have their shifts, and it's November and I'm wondering what's happening for everyone, but that's okay. I'll just keep going. So I'm thinking reintroducing workshops is a great way to reignite with people. And I used to do them years ago. So next week will be our first community day where everyone just bring a project, bring a plate, hang out. It's not about making money. It's not about teaching. It's about just having fun together, which I am looking forward to. Learning from each other and maybe sharing some bits and pieces. And yeah. So what I love is once this is locked down, I'm happy. I feel much happier. So I hate this pin's falling out. I don't like that. Once this is all locked down, you can play and not worry about things moving around. Yeah, so I've got some vintage fabrics. I've got to get them online onto the Mount Wickermere website for sale. But I went up today and I didn't take my laptop and my phone was dying and it was all too hard to do much of anything. So I've come back to do a little bit of sewing and darning. I've got to fix a couple of things, get some stuff washed for the shop, and then I can have a bit more fun with it all. Right, how about instead of that, we do, what else can we do? So that's not locked down yet, but this is. How about we do a little panel? So I'll just check what colours I did on the, oh, something fell. That's the front of the blouse. So that mint green I've got there, so that's okay. We've got mint green, I have a mint green. I'm not doing any particular like clever stuff. I'm really just treating this as a way to lock down the fabric. So this is just a true upcycle, as in this is a beautiful cheesecloth blouse which has, sorry, a stain, hence why someone's chucked it and I didn't notice that. Picked it up, washed and washed and washed, and finally, am I doing this very well? No. I can't see anymore. And I'm just splitting this, hang on. You look at my glasses for a second. My daggy old multifocals. This is where you think it's going to be quick and you can quickly show people what you're doing. No. Yeah, so some things, like I'm enjoying learning some new embroidery techniques, and other things like this is about a nice kind of cantha stitch, like get it happening, you know, using, this is the back of it, using panels, bits of, this was off a pillowcase, and I'll just, you know, run some stitching, kind of, you know, get it ready for resale. You know, I don't need to be fussing. I need to be making this look nice and then get it ready. So let's see, that panel's done there. What have we got here? It's the lace that's kind of locked in. I'll go underneath. I'll lock it in a bit more. Hang on, I'm going to go that way first. Looks a bit, probably should do small stitches because it does need to be secured a bit more. I've got in my head so many projects I want to do, and I can see time-wise, my time is the problem. Is that the case for you? It's so annoying. I want to do lots of things, but I don't have the resources, as in time, and that's annoying to me. So I'm just going to do some stitches to kind of lock this in on top of each other. I'm trying to get as many of those fabric bowls going as possible, only to show variety. What's going on there? And I've got, you know, different colorways and finishes and ideas, different shapes. So that's, and it's kind of nice to have a stack of them ready to go anyway. And then I've got them as my Christmas gifts. Oh, come on. What's going on? I've just made that worse. Oh no, there we go. And I want to do some more jackets. So I've made a few of my own kimono style jackets and like long dusters and things like that. Now I would like to go back and add some embroidery and detail, layer them up a bit more. I don't know when I have time to do that. I do like wearing them though. I want to do some more workshops. This just keeps wanting to do this. This is not very nice thread, I don't think. And yeah, and I want to create community here in the Blue Mountains. So I'm trying to work out too. So I've got a destination New South Wales. This is really boring unless you're in tourism. Profile, so you can show your workshops on that too. So if people are looking for things to do in the region, so I'm trying to learn how to get that happening. And I've got a bit of help with them online because that could be fun too. And I was just thinking, like someone was saying on my live I just did on Instagram, oh, I'd love to come, but I'm in Victoria. And I said, oh, get a stack of friends and I'll come down. Do a workshop that way, to your door. Imagine that. I wonder if that would actually work. Oh no, it's all happening here. Anyway, you get the idea. I can't work out how people do all those reels where they do from start to finish, and it must be over days and days or whatever over there sewing and creating. That amazes me. Everything I do is kind of sporadic, so because I am trying to do my small business and run the kids around to their events and all of that at the same time. I don't know if you can see this. I've noticed too, I'm learning YouTube, so I've noticed my shorts get views, the videos not so much, so I've got lots to learn there. Looks good, getting a bit better. Always looks nice by the end. I'm trying to loosen up too, so I'm quite tight with the way I do things. I notice like everything's, I don't know how to explain that. I can see other people's art, like it's just beautiful, it's very loose, so I'm trying to learn that, loosen up a bit. Anyway. Going quiet for a moment. Let's make some little crosses or something. Let's do something a bit different. Let's go that way. I just kind of do whatever. Some of the projects I can do these really neat little tight stitches, and others I just think, no, I just want to make it colourful and fun and wild, and I just want it all to happen. This is a giant needle, I don't actually like this one. So that kind of works there. Might run it, I wanted to say page, run it off the page, but run it off the white cotton there a bit so you can kind of see it. That's kind of fun, like a patch. But you know, look, I'm doing whatever I'm doing and other people might think, oh no, that's not great. But the encouragement here is that you should just do whatever you want to do. Have fun. We don't all need to do the same thing anyway. So let's go there, finish that up. I might try and get this online now because it's got over 2 days, that's enough, hey? But thank you so much, thank you, and please like, what do people say? Like and subscribe and all that stuff. I watch so much YouTube and I finally worked out I should be doing my own. Just give you an idea, that's where we're up to. It's just about done where I noticed stains on the bottom of the blouse. I've removed the collar, it's got this rough, kind of, when you put it through the machine that roughens up. And what I can do is, if people hate all that, you can really trim down those threads. But she's looking lovely. Thanks guys.